Transaction Search and many of the reports in CenterPoint have added product as an available column. There are reports that will give you activity like the work in process account activity, inventory account activity, and general ledger account activity is another one. We're going to use the general ledger account activity to create a product traceability report by field. I'm going to go over to the Reports tab and start with a general ledger account activity report. And over on the right, we're going to leave the date span open. There are some filters that you can add that will help us. So we're going to click More Items and add a filter for Production Center Detail, so we can pick just the fields we want to look for. And we can also add Product. And we're also going to add Account Type. Oh, I have Account Type, so that's okay. So we have these different filters. So the first thing we want to do is pick a couple of the fields that we want to view of all the products that were assigned to it. So I'm going to pick a couple fields here that I know I've used. And we're going to leave product at all, but I'm also going to pick the account type of cost of goods because I only want to see all the costs that went into that field. I've completed the expense applied work in process of products on these two fields, and now I want to see all the costs that accumulated broken down by the product. So I'm going to go ahead and click Preview. And we have some costs here, but it's not giving us a product or a field yet. So we're going to need to do a little bit of tweaking. We're first going to go to the Group Sort, and I want it to be grouping by the field. So I'm going to go to the Available tab, select Production Details, go to Selected, and check that I want to group it by that and move it all the way to the top. That's going to make a top group, and it's also going to give me a subledger balance. Now I'm going to go to the Columns tab, and I want to add a column for product. So I'm going to come down here, and all of these columns have been added for product abbreviation, the category, the type. You can choose any piece of that information you want to display. I'm just going to add product, and then I'm going to go to the Selected tab and position that where I want it. And now I'm ready to refresh my report. And now I have a report, first that's broken down by my field of my 19 corn blacktop, my 19 soybean blacktop, and a total for each one of the products broken down by the different cost accounts. So it'll have the transaction type of what got done on that entry and my product. So this is giving you a traceability report of indicating what field it is and exactly what products, and I can also add a quantity. Let's do that also. Go back over to Columns, add my Q1, quantity 1, position that right there before debit, and refresh it. And now I have a quantity of what was applied on each product, the dollars, and a total for each field. So these reports will give you the product information. You can also use search. In search, we could click More Items and add a column for product. So if you wanted to find out all of the things that happen to one particular product, I could do a lookup of that. So let's choose our Beck soybean 3388 and see all the entries that happen to it. I'm going to leave my date span at all, and I'm going to choose a more detailed format here of extended detail, the break on transaction, and search. And here are all of the activities that we did with that particular product. The expense where it was purchased, then we moved it from the prepaid to a raw material, then we applied that product to a couple of different fields, and then they were expensed out. So there are several ways to use product, and that would help you in knowing exactly what products were used on your different crops that you're raising.